What's up, everybody? Break number 670 BD. This is Bowman's Best University Basketball Hobby Case. Pick your player break. This is a pick your player break. Here we go. $12 boxes. Alright, we got 3, 6, 9, 12. First one. Good luck, everybody. All right, here we go. First box. Here we go. That is Diamond Johnson, 93 out of 250 on the purple. Our first auto is Anor Boateng. That is Anor Boateng on the green, 32 of 99. Ali Zebo on the shimmer. Katie Koval on the breaking barriers. Juju Watkins on the best baller shimmer. On the green auto, we got Patrick Gongba. Patrick Gongba, that is 59 of 99. Cannon Catchings on the shimmer. Best ballers of Asa Newell. We got a refractor passing the grade of Alex Caravan. Second half, first box. That is Kiki Irfan on the refractor. That is not numbered. That is Derek Queen on the black auto. That is 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 on the auto. Shimmer of Xavier Booker. Passing grade of LeBaron Filon. There is Cooper Flag on the Bowman Masterpieces refractor. That's Ace Bailey on the patch auto. Let It Rain patch auto. That is also black. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 on the patch auto. Joyce Edwards on the shimmer. Bowman Masterpieces of Derek Queen. That is an orange. Field Day. Orange Field Day, 5 out of 25. That is Aiden Sherrill. Aiden Sherrill. And that is box number 1. right, that was box number 1. Yeah, that was a good box. That would be definitely one of those you want a PC. What's up, Steven? Not much here, brother. Not much here. All right, box number 2. Box number 2. That is purple, 79 of 250. Dylan Harper, our first auto, Latrell Wrightsell. Latrell Wrightsell on the green, 76 of 99. Johnny Broom on the shimmer. Field Day of Newell. Asa Newell. There's Sarah Strong on the breaking barriers. Cooper Flag on the base. Cooper Flag on the refractor. There's a Tamin Lipsy. 3 out of 75 on the yellow. Mark Sears on the shimmer. Passing grade of Drake Powell. That is a refractor field day of Dame Sarr. That is on the aqua, LeBaron Filon. That is 127 of 199. Diamond Johnson on the auto base. This one is not numbered. Kaylee Heckle on the shimmer. Boogie Fland on the best ballers. Donovan Freeman on the best ballers shimmer. Dylan Harper on the refractor. Patch auto of Emmanuel Sharp. Emmanuel Sharp. This one is not numbered. Asa Newell on the blue. That is 39 out of 150. Con Canoopel on the making the grade refractor. Sarah Strong, best ballers. That's yellow lasers out of 75. 35 of 75. That is box 2. Michaela Blake. Okay, I'll try. Box number 3. Is she hard to hit, you say? Here we go, box 3. Purple, Justice Carlton. That is 237 out of 250. AJ Store on the auto. It's a green auto, 67 of 99. Xavier Booker on the shimmer. Dame Sarr, best ballers. Shimmer making the grade of Jonas Idu. Refractor of Billy Richmond III. Steven, I've been okay, buddy. I've been okay. Grant Nelson, 56 out of 75. 56 out of 75 on the auto. Ashton Hardaway on the shimmer. Bowman Masterpieces. That is Ace Bailey. Passing the grade of Darren Harris on the refractor. Excuse me. How you doing, Steven? I've just been busy, bro. I've been so busy. That's Steel Ventures, 109 out of 199 on the Aqua. Our next auto is Cam Scott's, 27 out of 50. 27 out of 50 gold. Con Canoopel on the shimmer. That is Field Day of Jelani Cambridge. Darian Reed on the Best Ballers shimmer. That is Riley Kugel on the refractor. Our next patch auto goes to Keshawn Gilbert on the Prospect auto. Keshawn Gilbert, Prospect auto. This one does not look numbered. It is not. Aiden Sherrill on the shimmer. Making the grade of Robert Wright. That is a Bowman Masterpieces of Dylan Harper on the yellow lasers. Yeah, yellow lasers, 72 out of 75. 72 of 75 on the yellow lasers. Box number 4. Alright, box number 4. Refractor of Derek Queen. That is a nice one. Sonia Citron on the auto. 24 out of 25 on the orange auto. 24 of 25. Sonia Citron. I think she went top 5 in the draft, if I remember. Jaleel Bethea. That is Hannah Hidalgo on the Bowman Masterpieces. That is Ahmad Noel on the Field Day Refractor. Jamari McDowell on the Aqua to 199. 64 of 199. Garway Dual on the base auto. Justice Carlston on the shimmer. Field Day of Jordan Lee. Bowman Masterpieces, that is Flory Bedunga. Flory Bedunga. Dame Sar, 93 out of 199. 93 of 199. Riley Kugel on the next auto. It's a base auto. Nolan Traore on the shimmer. Dame Sar on the field day. That's Jelani Cambridge on the shimmer. That is a Flight Club. Flight Club of Dame Sar. Dame Sar on the Flight Club. Isaiah Evans on the refractor. Kennedy Smith on the patch auto. Kennedy Smith out of USC. Not numbered on the patch auto. Jaden Atkins on the blue to 150. That is 145 out of 150. That is Silas Swords, on the breaking barriers. Jaleel Bethea, green to 99, 38 out of 99. Box number 5. Box number 5. Box number 5, here we go. Yellow Lasers, 29 out of 75, Ryan Nebhard. Next auto, Alex Caravan, that is green to 99, 69 of 99, Alex Caravan. Deshaun Harris-Smith on the shimmer. Kiki Irfin on the breaking barriers. That is Bowman masterpiece of Darian Reed on the shimmer. Darian Reed. That is Nolan Traore on the refractor. That is a purple auto. Purple auto of Anisha Morrow. Anissa Morrow, Anissa, 48 out of 50 on the gold auto, Anissa Morrow. Possessions Arrow More auto. Miro Little on the refractor, on the shimmer. Emmanuel Sharp on the best ballers. We got a best ballers of Cannon Catchings on the refractor. That is a purple of Scotty Middleton. That is 108 out of 250. 108 of 250. Diamond Johnson, second auto for her. Second base auto, I believe. I think her other one was base also. Yep, 2 base autos for the Diamond Johnson spot. Jeremy Fears on the shimmer. That is Juju Watkins on the Bowman Masterpieces. Field day of Asa Newell. Refractor of Steel Venters. This patch auto looks gold. And it is. It's Hannah Hidalgo, 31 out of 50. That's huge. Hannah Hidalgo, 31 out of 50 on the gold auto. Prospect Dual Relic auto. Jordan Lee, 137 out of 150 on the blue. We got Sonia Citron on the field day. That is Nolan Traore on the green. 19 out of 99. 19 out of 99. I think it's green mini diamonds probably, I think is what this one's called. Box number 6, our halfway point. Box number 6. Box number 6, here we go. Purple, Cam Scott. Wow, that's 53 of 250. 53 of 250. Kennedy Smith, green auto, 66 of 99. 66 of 99. Tame Sarr on the shimmer. That is McKinley Randolph on the making the grade. Jelani Cambridge on the shimmer. Refractor of Alex Caravan. Our next auto, Taman Lipsy. That is a yellow shimmer auto, or yellow laser auto, 28 of 75. 28 of 75. Billy Richmond on the shimmer. Billy Richmond on the dollars. That is Juju Watkins on the Bowman Masterpieces. Bowman Masterpieces. Second half of box 6. Nolan Traore, green mini diamonds, 10 out of 99. Dennis Evans on the auto, 99 out of 99. That looks like 99. It is 99 of 99 on the green mini diamonds. Riley Kugel on the shimmer. Kennedy Smith on the breaking barriers. Juju Watkins on the making the grade shimmer. Refractor of Boogie Fland. Langston Love on the patch auto. Dennis Evans on the shimmer. Cooper Flag on the making the grade. That is a yellow making the grade of LeBaron Filon, 38 out of 75. And that is box number 6. All right, box number 7. Ooh, this one looks like it has 2 patch autos. This one looks like it has 2. Nice. Here we go. First half. Box 7. There's Carter Knox on the Aqua to 199. 25 of 199. Langston Love on the base auto. Cam Scott on the Shimmer. Derek Queen on the Best Ballers. AJ Storr on the Shimmer Best Ballers. Refractor of Deshaun Harris Smith. This one is Donovan Freeman. Donovan Freeman on the patch auto. Not numbered. Darren Harris on the Shimmer. Bowman Masterpieces of Derek Queen. That is Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson on the yellow lasers. That's 21 of 75. Some nice product. Purple of Alex Caravan. That is 94 of 250. Audie Crooks. Nice auto. Orange auto of Audie Crooks. 22 of 25. 22 of 25. Boogie Fland on the Shimmer. That is Joyce Edwards. Joyce Edwards on the Break-In Barriers. Sonia Cintron on the Shimmer. Refractor of Jaden Nunn. How about Boogie Fland on the patch auto? This one looks yellow. It is. It's 75 out of 75 on the bookend. 75 out of 75. Boogie Fland on the patch auto. Drake Powell. Drake Powell on the blue to 150. 127 of 150. Sarah Strong on the Best Ballers. We got a yellow lasers of LeBaron Filon. This one is 49 out of 75. 49 of 75. Box number 8. Box number 8. Box number 8, here we go. Liam McNeely to 250. That's 2 out of 250. Number 2 out of 250. Our auto is Justice Carlton. That is to 75. 43 of 75 on the yellow. Cam Scott on the Shimmer. Donovan Freeman making the grade. That is a Bowman Masterpiece Shimmer of Deron Reed. Deron Reed on the refractor. Our next auto. Another Sonia Citron. Sonia Citron. That is a base auto. Darren Harris on the shimmer. Asa Newell on the best ballers. Sonia Citron on the refractor. Field day. I would love to be seeing a superfractor. Anybody else in the same boat as I am? Come on. Come on, Bowman. Let's get us a superfractor. Let's go. Sion James. Sion James, that is 66 of 199. Our next auto. Greatness awaits yellow lasers. Greatness awaits Donovan Freeman, 3 out of 75. 3 out of 75 on the Greatness Awaits auto. Jordan Gainey on the shimmer. There's Sonia Citron on the Breaking Barriers. Field day of Asa Newell shimmer. Ace Bailey on the refractor. There's Anissa Morrow on the patch auto. This one is a base. Anissa Morrow. Well, thank you, Com. Thank you very much. I try and make it fun and a good experience for everybody. So, is that number 2 of Anissa? I think this is Anissa's second hit. Crazy. Whew. Oh yeah, there's her other one. Holy cow. Anissa's on fire. Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys. That is Kiki Arifin on the shimmer. Oh, we got an orange. We got an orange coming. A nice orange. Let's go. Orange field. Is this a field day? Come on. Or making the grade. Carter Knox to 25. 24 of 25. Carter Knox making the grade. And making his day. For the Carter Knox spot. Whoever got that, that's a nice hit. Nice orange to 25. This is box number 9. Box number 9. Com, when do I go live mostly? I do breaks every Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on this channel. I'm doing from 2 to 4 breaks every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. There are days that I do less. There are days that I do more. But Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I do breaks. On Saturdays, I do a live show on eBay live, and I do a personals, rip and ship. So if you ever want a personal box of something, come check out the stores. It's on Saturday nights, okay? Here we go. That's an aqua to 199 of Jaden Atkins. That's 79 of 199. Keyshawn Gilbert on the auto. Keyshawn Gilbert base auto. Solomon Ball shimmer. Making the grade, LeBaron Filon. That is a Sarah Strong on the Masterpiece shimmer. Johnny Broom on the refractor. That is a yellow auto of Hannah Hidalgo. That is Yellow to 75. I almost said black. I thought it was black for a second, guys. That is 19 out of 75. 19 out of 75. Sick auto. Sick possession arrow auto. Kylan Boswell on the shimmer. That is Donovan Freeman on the Bowman Masterpieces. Manuel Sharp, best baller. All right, here we go. That is a purple Jamari McDowell. That is 160 out of 250. Langston Love on the yellow lasers. 18 out of 75 on the auto. Dude, that came out of nowhere. I've been sucking in too much air. Aiden Holloway on the shimmer. We got Raven Johnson on the field day. Donovan Freeman on the shimmer field day. Is that gold? That may be a gold patch auto. So we're going to skip it to Sonia Citron. Going to make the grade with Sarah Strong. We got a gold Sonia Citron field day. 6 out of 50. Sonia, have yourself a break. Holy cow. There's that Mark Sears refractor. 46 out of 50. Mark Sears. Mark Sears on the patch auto to 50. Woo! Woo! That's sick. Sonia Citron is eating, my friends. She's gone to Applebee's and she ordered the whole menu. Woo! She's eating good in the neighborhood. Whoever picked up the Sonia Citron spot. All right, we got 3 boxes to go, which makes this box number 10. For all my Spanish-speaking friends, Caja número 10. Caja 10. Here we go, box 10. Man, that was thick. That was a thickie right there. Woo. Box number 10, my friends. Here we go. Hannah Hidalgo on the refractor. That's a green auto. Green auto. That is 34 of 99. That is Ace Bailey on the ISO signatures. I love this picture, the way they did this one. That is sick. That is a great portrait picture right there. Love that. Bowman Best outdid themselves this year. Derek Queen on the shimmer. They got making the grade of Jaleel Bethea. That is a masterpiece of Sarah Strong. Sarah Strong on the Bowman masterpiece. Yellow Isaiah Evans. That is 47 of 75. The next auto behind it is Miro Little. Miro Little on the base auto. Donovan Freeman on the shimmer. That is Sarah Swords on the... Sarah, right? Sila Swords. I keep wanting to call her Sarah. Darian Reed on the shimmer. Sila Swords. I keep saying Sarah, because I keep thinking Sarah Strong. All right, here we go. second half of 10. There's Miles Kelly on the purple. That is 88 of 250. First auto goes to R.J. Jones. 18 out of 75 yellow lasers. Alex Caravan on the shimmer. That is Jaleel Bethea on the Bowman's masterpiece. Asa Newell on the shimmer. Jordan Lee on the refractor. Langston Love on the two-color orange patch auto. Two-color orange patch auto. That is 9 out of 25. That is my birthday, guys. That is my birthday patch right there. 925. Whoever has the Langston Love spot should donate that to me. I'm just kidding. I do not want the card. I am just making jokes. Boogie Fland on the shimmer. That is Robbie Avila on the field day. Asa Newell, that is 10 out of 99. And that is box number 10. All right, box number 11. Box number 11, final two. We are in the finals. If you do not hit in the break, which means you skunked, then we will send you a skunk package, a basketball skunk package. Please do not request your shipping back. I don't believe anybody's going to skunk in this, but I just have to make that announcement just to be on the safe side. If you buy 10 spots and you don't hit anything, if you buy one spot and you don't hit anything, that's a skunk, and we will send you something in the mail. All right, here we go. Ryan Nebhard on the refractor. Guess what? We got another Ace Bailey, 53 of 75 on the ISO auto. ISO auto to 75. TJ Bamba on the shimmer. Making the grade, that is Jaleel Bethea. There's Silas Swords on the breaking barriers. Hey, I remembered. Boogie Fland yellow, that is 46 out of 75. Next auto goes to Riley Kugel. Riley Kugel, that is base auto. Trent Perry on the shimmer. Bowman masterpiece, that is Jaleel Bethea. That is Sonia Citron on the shimmer. Yeah, Ace is killing it too, you're right. Between Ace and Sonia Citron, they haven't saved anything for anybody else. All right. Gary Garway Dual on the refractor. That is Latrell Wrightsell. Latrell Wrightsell. That is gold. 46 out of 50. 46 out of 50 on the patch auto. We got Audie Crooks to 150 on the blue. Robbie Avila on the field day. Silas Swords on the green, making the grade. That is 11 out of 99. One off the number match. Miro Little on the aqua to 199. That is 71 of 199. Our next auto is yellow. That is John Bowl. John Bowl, 58 of 75. Steel Venters on the shimmer. There's Silas Swords on the breaking barriers. Asa Noel on the shimmer. And that is box number 11. Box number 11. We will do a full recap after this last box. Box number 12, here it is. Is John Bull Bul's brother? So much repeat, I feel like. Bul's son. That's Bul's son, or is that Manu Bull's son? Yeah. The first Bowman Chrome box I packed the Cooper flag halfway. Ooh, nice. All right, here we go. Final 4 packs. How about Joyce Edwards? Joyce Edwards. This one does not look numbered on the possession arrow. Sorry, that was Clifford Omori on the refractor. Josh Hubbard on the shimmer. Bowman Masterpieces of Robert Wright. That is Drake Powell on the Bowman Masterpiece refractor. Asa Noel to 199 on the aqua. That is 197 of 199. That is a sick auto right there too. That is Donovan Freeman, 13 out of 50 on the ISO auto. ISO auto, Donovan Freeman. Robert Wright on the shimmer. Duran Reed on the ballers. That is Sarah Strong on the shimmer. That is orange, Simeon Wilcher. Simeon Wilcher on the orange. That is 2 out of 25. Gold auto, 41 out of 50. That is Jelani Cambridge. Jelani Cambridge, 41 out of 50. That's Ali Zebo on the shimmer. Derek Queen on the field day. Juju Watkins on the best ballers. And our last pack. Last pack. Cooper flag on the shimmer. Making the grade, Dylan Harper. Yellow lasers of Braden Smith, 46 of 75. Refractor of Anor Boateng. Our last patch auto goes to Robbie Avila. Robbie Avila, this one is not numbered. And that, you my friends, is the break. Alright, let me clear off some space here, and we will do our recap. Alright, here we go. Our short print refractors. We had Sarah Strong on the Bowman Masterpiece, Cooper Flag, Juju Watkins. I don't know if this is a case hit or not, but that is a sick card. The Flight Club of Dame Sarr. It is a case hit. So that's our case hit. Nice hit, Dame Sarr. Alright, here we go. To 250, we got Miles Kelly, Jamari McDowell, Liam McNeely, Alex Caravan, Cam Scott, Scotty Middleton, Justice Carlton, Dylan Harper, and Diamond Johnson. To 199 on the Aqua, Asa Newell, Miro Little, Jaden Adkins, Sion James, Carter Knox, Dame Sarr, Jamari McDowell, Steel Venters, and LeBaron Filon. To 150 on the blue, Audie Crooks, Drake Powell, Jordan Lee, Jaden Atkins, and Asa Newell. To 99 on the green, we got Making the Grade, Silas Swords. Best Ballers, Asa Newell, Nolan Traore, Best Ballers, and Jaleel Bethea on the field day. Yellow, Braden Smith. To 75 on the Best Ballers, Boogie Flan, Isaiah Evans. Making the Grade, LeBaron Filon. We got Raven Johnson, field day. We got LeBaron Filon on the Making the Grade again. Ryan Nebhard, Bowman Masterpieces of Dylan Harper, and Sarah Strong on the Best Ballers. We had one gold, Sonia Cintron on the field day. We had some oranges. To 25, Simeon Wilcher. Got Making the Grade of Carter Knox. And field day of Aiden Sherrill. Sorry, I thought I said Asa Noel. Our autos, we're going to start with Joyce Edwards. These are not numbered. Riley Kugel, Myra Little, Keyshawn Gilbert, Sonia Citron, Langston Love, Riley Kugel, Garway Dual, Diamond Johnson, had twins. Thanks, man. I honestly couldn't tell you how much the Cooper Flag are. I'm not good at comping cards. I'm just good at opening them. My boss does all the comping. So, to 99, we got Ace Bailey, Dennis Evans, Kennedy Smith, Alex Caravan, AJ Storr, Latrell Wrightsell, Patrick Ngongba, and Anor Boateng. Yellow to 75, we got John Bowl, Ace Bailey, RJ Jones, Langston Love. This is a beautiful Hannah Hidalgo to 75. We got Donovan Freeman on the Greatness Awaits, Justice Carlton. That is Tamin Lipsy, Grant Nelson, and Tamin Lipsy again. These are the 50 on the gold. Jelani Cambridge, nice ISO of Donovan Freeman. That is Anissa Moro, beautiful one to gold to 50, and then Cam Scott. We unfortunately we still don't have a storefront. When we do open one, it's going to be our first one's going to be in Chicago. Audie Crooks and Sonia Cintron on the orange to 25. I'm a breaker out of our Phoenix office. Derek Queen to 10. That is 9 out of 10. Derek Queen on the black. Love that card. Love the black. So beautiful. All right, our not numbered patch autos. Our not numbered patch autos. We got Robbie Avila, Anissa Morrow, Donovan Freeman, Langston Love, Kennedy Smith. We had a beautiful, is that Keyshawn? Yeah, Keyshawn Gilbert. And then Emmanuel Sharp. To 75, Boogie Fland. To 50, Latrell Wrightsell. Also to 50, Mark Sears. Hannah Hidalgo to 50. Langston Love on the 2-color patch auto orange. And we had a black patch auto to 10. It was Let It Rain. 4 out of 10. 3-color patch auto. Let It Rain, Ace Bailey. There we go, guys. There's your break. I appreciate you all for being here. Hope to catch you guys next time. Have a great afternoon, my friends. Peace.